What does it take to change your life? For Abhijit Singh, an engineer and MBA, it took a trek in the Himalayas to realize that what he really wanted to do was climb mountains. Pushing 30, living in Delhi and spending days in the chair in a corporate job, Abhijit's physical fitness wasn't exactly cut out for that task. That was another life, in another place. In 5 years, Abhijit has abandoned the life chosen for him to the one he dreamed of. To say that he's at the peak of physical fitness is a massive understatement. That muscle on the arm is called the fishtail. To get this defined didn't take fancy equipment or designer diets, just a few bars, body weight and a whole lot of resolve. Today Abhijit lives in an old house on a remote hillside in Manali, alone except for his dogs. His Spartan living is in stark contrast to his life in the city. Most of the space is taken by mountaineering equipment. Carabiners, shoes, pickaxes, ropes and the like. From the wooden parapet outside, the valley spreads out for as far as your eye can see. And the only sounds you can hear are the chirping of birds and, occasionally, when hanging from the pull-up bar, your own heartbeat.
This is a crazy place, yeah, Vijay. It took us ages to get here. Yeah? Why?
It's a bit tucked away on top of everything. Right next to the temple.
What is this? This is Manali or is this a surrounding village? Or
so Manali basically is a cluster of villages.
Right.
So like there is no town like Manali, but so you'll have villages like Old Manali, you'll have Nasogi, this is Nasogi village.
This is Nasogi village.
Yeah, then across the river you have Chichoga, Aleo.
Okay.
So it's basically a cluster of villages. So there is no town as such. So you only see Mall Road and the market. Okay, so this is where like people have shops and all. But when you want to go and look for the houses or where people live, okay, so then it's all like scattered villages and it's together called Manali.
This is like a proper like, you know, I'm getting a very like Sty Stallone Rocky kind of vibe. I came up and said, okay, this guy has taken a house in like the, you know, in the boondocks somewhere in Manali and
the dojo or something.
The dojo like kind of feel. Dojo feel aa rahi hai yahan pe hame.
No, it's just that, so like as you can see, you know, it gets really crowded during the season.
Yeah.
And also that all the trails that I need to run, and also like I can do like a quick hike to Lamadug or Khanpari Tibba, which is the trail starts right from here only.
Oh, okay.
So then access-wise, it's much closer, comfortable, easier.
Right.
So and it's also like it's away from all the crowd also, and then I have like a small garden over here.
So are these hikes part of your training regimen?
Yeah. Because every morning, generally I have 2 trainings a day. So morning training and evening training. So morning is all about endurance training. So I'll be going trail running one day, and next day I'll be putting like rocks in my pack, and I'll be going speed hiking.
Wow.
So that will be on like a steepy terrain.
We saw some Instagram video of him doing some stuff in a park. That was in Manali, wasn't it?
It looked intense, man. That was really intense.
That was intense,
Yeah.
Thanks.
I wanted to ask you about the muscle up, because I've seen when people do, I mean, this one I've seen, I've tried that, I can do a pull up, but to do the push up, like a full muscle up, how do you get started doing that? Do you have to be able to do like 100 push ups?
No, not really. It's just that you should be decent at pulling off pull-ups. Okay, and then you know, it shouldn't be like, you know, 1 or 2 pull-ups. Okay, it's coming to you with a lot of hard work. Okay, so once you are easy and comfortable with pull-ups, then you need to do negative progressions. Okay, so you need to go up, and you know, you need to go a little like all the way till your neck. Okay, and then you keep doing that. Then you combine the motion. So basically, then you do a pull-up. And this is the most difficult part. This is where everyone gets stuck. Okay, and then with the jerk, okay, in the starting we do it with the jerk, we do like this, and then you get into muscle up. But slowly, you know, once you have had more strength in muscle connecting tissues, they also get used to it. Then you can do, then you can do it, like you can also do it static, like you know, you move like this and very slowly. Basically, you don't need a slow-mo for that. Then you can do static and with a lot of grace.
Very modest of you, Superman t-shirt.
Today, Abhijit is one of the leading ice climbers and alpinists in the country. He made India's first ascents of 2 frozen waterfalls in the heart of Spiti Valley in January 2016. He's led a number of alpine-style expeditions in the Himalayas. Even though he hasn't studied yoga, he does acro-yoga for fun.
But like your functional training business is even more rad. How long are your courses?
It's for 9 to 10 days.
How many
so I run it.
students?
So I only take like 2 to 3 because I made it more of like personal training.
How many have you done till now?
I've done 2 and the third one is going to start
So
in
you train
5-6
6 people
days.
now.
Yeah,
मतलब
yeah.
He-Man बना के भेज दिया आपने नॉर्दर्न के अंदर.
No, not really. No, I would say in the same thing. I told them as well. Is I give you options. I show you everything that I do. I give you all the theory, and then you can decide what you really like. You know, so someone might want to go into bouldering. So then I give you concept about the training and the technique, also the right kind of timing and making a log, also the nutrition. Okay, so I show you everything, and then I will also teach you snow techniques, traversing in snow. Okay, I'll
If that is something you want to do.
Yeah. So then, but essentially it's all about like doing it on your own.
But how many hours a day do you train people then? Like 6 hours a day, 2 sessions a day plus 2 hours theory.
Yeah, sometimes more than that. So generally there is a session in the morning, and then we have theory in the afternoon, and then we have another session in the evening.
Does that follow your same workout routine?
No.
With like endurance in the morning and then strength in the afternoon?
Yeah. It's more or less like that, but then I also try and give them some recovery time. Okay, so then, so there's enough time to sleep also, because like food,
They get 5 hours of sleep a
food
night,
and
right?
sleep, no, more than 8 hours. More than 8 hours of sleep, because food and recovery, food and sleep is the most important recovery.
I'm so off there.
You don't sleep and you don't eat, right?
Bad with food and bad with sleep. But you know what? How about like giving us a little like a little teaser of your 9-day course? Do you think you could, like, I don't know, not much, 2-4 minutes में हमारी तो हालत खराब हो जाएगी. Show us some. Well, we've seen your moves on Insta. Maybe you can tell us to do some moves and we can try and do them. How about that?
Yeah, sure. So only on one condition, that whatever I do, you'll also have to do.
We'll try. We'll try.
Well, the condition is that you understand we are on television, so you don't make us look very bad. We should fail, but we should be able to
gracefully fail.
If you get onto your hand and start walking around this place, then we won't be able to do that at all.
No, then we have an option. Now we'll shoot everything in slow-mo. So even you can look good that way. So the next one that we are going to try is called figure of 4, and the name is so because of the shape that you make, okay, when you are climbing. Basically it is used while climbing an overhang or climbing a ceiling, because your weight is actually not on your feet, okay, so you have to use a lot of upper body strength and core, okay, and basically like forearms and shoulders and a lot of core. Lock it on your wrist, and this can be free, or you can lock, yeah, so you release, yeah, nice.
Thank you very much. It was lovely meeting you. Fantastic, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The hills in India, whether it's popular hill stations like Manali and Shimla or remote trekking routes like Khir Ganga in Himachal Pradesh, are struggling with trash disposal. Along with water shortage, garbage has emerged as one of the most critical issues facing the entire country, but the hills in particular. The one biggest villain is single-use plastic that's choking cities' drains, destroying marine life, and has even found its way into the food chain. This year, the World Environment Day is being hosted by India for the first time, and the theme, appropriately, is Beat Plastic Pollution. In the spirit of that endeavour, Johan and I are joining a cleaning drive near Manali. The drive has been organised by Healing Himalayas, an organisation that has been at the forefront of public action against plastic and garbage since 2009. We're joining Pradeep Sangwan, the founder of the group, a group of school students and volunteers for a day hike to Jogini Falls, a popular day trek to collect as much trash as we can. Also joining us is Rohan Thakur, a popular vlogger from Manali.
I am Pradeep Sangwan and today we are celebrating World Environment Day. So बच्चों क्या celebrate कर रहे हैं हम आज? World Environment Day. और आज हमारी थीम है बीट प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन। क्या थीम है?
बीट प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन।
और बीट प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन, उसको कैसे बीट करेंगे हम? बाय रिफ्यूजिंग इट। प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन में सबसे ज़्यादा जो प्रॉब्लम एनवायरनमेंट को करता है वो सिंगल यूज़ प्लास्टिक है। सिंगल यूज़ प्लास्टिक में आपका सबसे जो हार्मफुल है वो है स्ट्रॉ। स्ट्रॉ जिससे आप जूस पीते हैं, कोल्ड ड्रिंक पीते हैं, उसको हम कभी यूज़ नहीं करेंगे। आपका डिस्पोजेबल प्लेट्स हैं, चम्मच है, वो कभी यूज़ नहीं करनी चाहिए। तो क्या क्या आता है सिंगल यूज़ प्लास्टिक में? एंड प्लास्टिक बॉटल, ठीक है। तो प्लास्टिक बॉटल कभी यूज़ नहीं करना है। प्लास्टिक बॉटल की जगह हमने यूज़ करना है स्टील बॉटल, ठीक है। एंड दिस इज़ अ वेरी प्राउड मोमेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस दैट इंडिया इज़ होस्टिंग वर्ल्ड एनवायरनमेंट डे फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम। तो इंडिया फर्स्ट टाइम वर्ल्ड एनवायरनमेंट डे होस्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है। सो वी गोना टेक अ वॉक टू द जोगनी वाटरफॉल, विल कलेक्ट ऑल द प्लास्टिक अलोंग द वे। ओके, क्या करेंगे हम, बताओ।
Pradeep is an earth warrior if there ever was one. Pradeep started healing Himalayas in 2009 after he moved to Manali and noticed trash piling up even on remote trekking routes. Pradeep took it upon himself to make as many sorties as he could, collecting all the trash he could find. His efforts snowballed as more and more people joined in. Today, Healing Himalayas conducts cleaning drives several times a month in places like Manali, Shimla, and a host of trekking routes, including the popular hike to Kheer Ganga and Jogini Falls, where we are headed.
We meet again.
I'm shocked by the amount of trash that we've collected in like
I know.
half an hour.
Yeah, you're gonna find a lot more once we reach the top.
But it's not even visible, eh?
Yeah.
Not at all, not at all.
It really adds up to quite a few bags of garbage.
You have to give a little fight to collect the plastic also because it's really deep down in the bushes.
Yeah.
So.
It's like people don't want to throw it on the main road also, they want to find like a small corner where nobody can see it and then like
Wहाँ
chuk
पे
जाए, and then we go put it.
And beer bottles broken.
Beer bottles though,
This
that's,
makes them guilt-free, I think.
No, but why break them?
that's beats me, man.
Why
I
break
have
them?
no
Because
idea.
then not only are you polluting, you're going to make it unsafe.
Unsafe.
I mean, then people can't even come here. But I can imagine this spot a few years back must have been just
Yeah.
pristine, huh?
A
Pristine.
few years back, 3-4 years back, this place was like a haven for like a lot of book readers, yoga people, these Surya, like Namaskar people, like, you know, lot of like
yoga,
crazy
sunbathing
people
and
used to be up here. And I remember coming, like, you know, and hanging out for hours and hours just on these rocks around here. Today, you can't do that, unfortunately. Just because there are way too many people, man, like way too many people
And it's
up
too
there.
loud also. Because,
And it's really loud.
Yeah,
It's a party or
it has become a party place.
it's
Everybody's
become-
carrying the
yeah.
speakers. You know, it disturbs the whole ecology around us, and especially the wildlife because they play it very loud. You know, already the water.
Yeah, we can hear them. We can hear them.
It's just the whole essence of the place, like it just goes. It used to be a holy place, you know, and then you come here, no sounds, no nothing, it's beautiful. And then all of a sudden you start hearing some Punjabi music going dung dung dung. Nobody wants to come there anymore. So,
Well, yeah, anyway, or techno for that matter.
yeah.
We should be, but you know, we should keep it to ourselves only. You should never disturb others and the people
But
around.
I'm shocked. We left 2 sacks there. And we're going to...
5
sacks?
Yeah,
there?
5 sacks, yeah.
We're not even halfway up.
Halfway, kya? We are not even 10% up here now.
So you see, that's what I was talking about.
And what is this? Where is the plastic going to go?
So this is going to go to the municipal council dump yard, wherein they're going to process it to waste to electricity. So the project will start in October. So
I see.
it's
So
a huge step for Himachal Pradesh. There are 2 waste to electricity projects. One is in Shimla and another one is Manali. Because considering that so many tourists coming in and so much of garbage generating every day, so they're going to convert it into electricity.
They'll burn it.
Yeah, they'll burn it in a way that they don't harm our environment. So the
They're
process
kind
is
of
something.
taking care of those
Yeah, it's
toxic fumes and all.
yeah. They're going to reuse it, some technical part of it, but yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, people you don't expect to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've had people, educated,
Yeah,
well-to-do people, chuck a bottle out of the window
I know.
with me in the car. And
Just like this.
my fuse is
Yeah.
blown and I've lost it. And they're like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
So basically, it's not about education. It's about your attitude, how your upbringing is.
उठा देगा कोई, कोई और उठा देगा.
Yeah, somebody else.
Even
will come
personally
and
for
take
me
over.
also, like as a filmmaker or somebody who loves to share his work as a photographer, I used to really find out these secret places and tell people about it. Now I just
Now
do
he must be afraid of it.
You know,
I don't.
Yeah, and like you, a lot of people we meet in the hills, they're like, yeah, we do know lots of spots, but
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe I'll show you the spot, but I'll never tell you how
come
to
without
get
the
there.
crew and maybe we'll take
Because I think the idea is to, like, people need to get a sense of exploration in them rather than like telling them, okay, this is this, this is this, this. पहुंच जाओ, you know, it's a very Indian thing. हाँ, वहाँ से वहाँ कहाँ जाए, वहाँ जाए.
कितने viewpoint हैं?
Exactly. They don't want to explore for themselves.
Basically, I think the term should be restless traveling.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
Well, I think nobody can accuse Johan of me of not being restless. And when the mercury goes up in Delhi, we get extremely restless.
You have to cover so many places also.
I mean, especially when the heat.
But you are not in the category of restless travelers, I think.
What category would you put us in? I don't know. Now I'll be venturing into stuff that might not be palatable for television. Therefore, let's move on.
Chalo. This is the worst. I've been finding so many of these. Please, if you're coming up here, just don't get any of this. Just pack yourself a packet of momos, come here. If you don't like the momos, throw the momos, no problem. Don't get plastic.
आप ना सबसे लास्ट में हो बच्चों के पास.
As much as we had wanted to stay in Old Manali, the crowds and the traffic were just too much to handle. Mirage and I wanted to camp, and when we had heard about a festival taking place on a remote meadow on a hillside a few hours outside Manali, we jumped at the opportunity. Halfway between Nagar and Manali, we started hiking from a place called Banara village and through this gorgeous mixed forest of cedar, pine and oak trees.
Oh, bit of an obstacle. Nothing can stop WION Traveller. That was easily done, Johan.
Halfway up we came across yet another pretty Himachali temple. Amazing how these beautiful structures were made back in the day when there was literally no access to these areas. This temple is still only accessible via a narrow walking path. Eventually, after hours of huffing and puffing, we finally reached the venue, a lovely glade in the middle of the forest. While we were merely hoping to escape the crowds, participants at this festival, mostly college students from around the country, have come here for much more. The whole premise of this festival is to take youngsters to a remote location outside their comfort zone and the bubble of their regular lives. Then they are introduced to interesting individuals from the country and abroad, and through that interaction encourage them to open their minds to possibilities that they may have not otherwise considered. It's an interesting concept, to say the least.
Thank you so much for coming over here.
Pratul and Arti are the brains behind this festival. This is the first time they've held the festival in India. They're being given a hand by an eclectic group of volunteers from around the world. Some of these kids have never interacted with people from outside India before.
This festival for me is a great opportunity to meet people of around my age in a quite similar situation than I am. I'm coming out of school and searching for an aim in life.
This is the beautiful thing about the connections you make when you're traveling.
I'm beginning to understand exactly what the festival organizers are hoping to achieve here. Everyone seems to have settled into their tents. Mirage and I have set up ours at a vantage point from where we have an overview of the campsite. The evening promises to be fun. The volunteers are busy collecting firewood for a bonfire. You know what they say about the best laid plans. This morning was supposed to be reserved for a yoga session, but it rained all night, and that's not looking likely. There are so many people here I want to chat with. I'm going to start by picking Pratul's brains. Man, that was a bit of a walk to get up here yesterday.
Yeah, it was. It was a beautiful setup which we did over here for the festival.
Oh yeah, this is great, man.
Yeah.
And the people that come here, they're from all over the country. And
Yeah, man, they are from South India, they're from Northeast of India. The people are coming from smaller cities also at the same time. Raipur, Indore, Pune, like Chennai, Bangalore.
Right. And when these guys get together from all over the country, do you find that they kind of stick to their own little group? Like the people from Maharashtra would hang out only with the Maharashtra crowd, or like do they mix around with everyone in the camp?
They're really mixing it up. Like none of them, like they know each other from before, and they're from different cities and all. So like that's what the main plan is over here. So we got the people from different countries, we got the people from different states of India, so that they can understand each other's culture, they can respect each other's culture and how they live, what they do.
So how are you involved with this?
So around 3 years ago, Pratul and I together started this initiative called Connect the Dots.
Connect the Dots.
Yeah, we were working in Kashmir.
Oh, where in Kashmir?
In Kupwara.
In Kupwara, oh really? That's a stripe-prawn region.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So we were working with the local community, we were working with the teachers and things like that, and we were working on a youth project over there. And that's when this idea came to us that why don't we try to bring both together. I mean, there's a need in the community, in the youth, for they don't have exposure. I mean, yes, they know there's a world, there is Bollywood and there's everything. And they have access to social media. What they know about the world is purely through social media and through word of mouth, through books. Maybe they don't have the chance to actually first-hand experience.
Well, you're talking about people from like tier 2 and tier 3 cities essentially.
Tier 2, tier 3, everywhere. So this is the start for us. And anyway, for us, like the next step has been that we want to take something as beautiful as this to everyone. I mean, wherever it can reach, because it's possible to adapt this same idea, be it in Kashmir, be it in South, be it in Northeast. We can do the same thing. It can get adapted.
So you basically just got this bunch of kids from all over the country. You pulled them out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely.
You put them on top of a hill, and you are forcing them to interact with each other. And you've also got these people from all over. You got these 3-4 people from around the world who are doing interesting things with their lives.
Yeah.
So people, they just stay here and they meet people and they say, okay, maybe there's more I can do with my life. That's the idea.
Pratul suggested that Mirash and I speak with Kunal and Sheetal because they have extraordinary stories to share. Sheetal is a medical clown, something Mirash knows nothing about. I know precisely what medical clowns do, but I'm really surprised that the practice exists in India. I'm going to find out how she got into this.
Sheetal.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Pratul told me that you're one of the unsung heroes here, like a medical clown.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
How did you get started doing that?
I've traveled with Pratul, he's been a friend for some years now, and then he told me about this festival and he wanted me to come here as an unsung hero, and we thought that it would be nice if the youth of the country could also do something for people and get that compassionate outlook towards life.
मुझे ना प्रतुल बता रहे थे कि तुम उनमें से एक हो जो यहाँ पे इस कारण है क्योंकि वो चाहते हैं कि तुम अपनी कहानी ना लोगों के साथ शेयर करो क्योंकि तुम्हारी स्टोरी इंस्पिरेशनल है। तो मैं तो होगा नहीं जब तुम ये करोगे, तो मैंने कहा तुम्हारे साथ थोड़ा घूम लूँ और तुमसे पूछना। आई नो इट्स अ लिटिल वियर्ड बट कि मतलब अपने बारे में बात करना, बट तुम्हें क्यों लगता है तुम यहाँ आए कैसे?
मैं जीव रोड पे रहता हूँ और 4000 औरतें हैं, 2000 बच्चे हैं।
अच्छा।
माय मॉम इज सेक्स वर्कर्स।
अच्छा।
तो जब प्रतुल सर कटता है तो उन्होंने बताया, तो काफ़ी साल पहले प्रतुल सर आए थे और आती मैम भी आई थी, तो मुझे मैम ने बताया कि ऐसी वर्कशॉप है वहाँ पे जाओ, तो वहाँ पे बताना अपने बारे में
ऑब्वियसली।
तो प्रतुल सर से मैं मिला तो काफ़ी बात हुई। तो मेरे को यहाँ पे मुझे नहीं पता था मैं वर्कशॉप के लिए आ रहा हूँ, मुझे बोला गया था वर्कशॉप के लिए आ रहा हूँ पर मैं वॉलंटियरिंग कर रहा हूँ। तो मेरा फर्स्ट टाइम मैं किसी को बताऊँगा जीव रोड के बारे में, तो हाँ मैं बता सकता हूँ।
तो वैसे तुम करते क्या हो?
हाँ मैं बेसिकली डांस कर रहा हूँ पिछले 4 साल से।
अच्छा।
मेरी एक टीम भी है, द मिस्टिकल मूवर्स।
द मिस्टिकल मूवर्स।
यस।
तो शो अस सम मिस्टिकल मूव, शो अस अ वेव यार। आई हैव बीन ट्राइंग टू लर्न इट, मुझसे होती नहीं है। वेव दिखा कैसे करते हैं? Yeah dude, I wish I could carry on the wave. Awesome यार। तो कब से खोली हुई है तुमने डांस कंपनी?
तो हमने 1 अगस्त को खोली थी, 1 साल हो गया। वैसे हम पिछले 4 साल से सीख रहे डांस।
अच्छा, वेरी नाइस।
तो उसमें अब्बास है, सुहेल है और मैं हूँ।
अच्छा।
और हम जीव रोड के बच्चों को सिखाते हैं। तो हम चाहते हैं कि वो बच्चे कुछ करें और डांस के जरिए एजुकेशन की तरफ जाए।